Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya. So thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. I don't know if you all have heard that Target is filing for bankruptcy. Why are they filing for bankruptcy? This is the real FAFO. I mean, the boycott is whooping their butts real good. I love to see things like this. And this is also a great reminder that my people, you all started this boycott. Yeah, it is you that started the boycott. Immediately they roll over DEI. And I am sure other people are not doing the boycott, but I know for sure my people are the ones, holding this boycott to the ground. And it is pulling their butts because for them to file for bankruptcy. And I hope you all remember that there was a time the the Target CEO meets with a captain for meeting in order to see how they could talk things out and get black people to shop again with Target. And I remember bringing the video here, and my people were like, nobody can make us go back to Target. And the reality is that I know for sure that it is only my people that are doing this boycott. That tells a whole lot. And I am really grateful for how far you all have come. This news is not anywhere on the internet, but you know how TikTok will always find their way to get the news. Yes. But I really cannot imagine that Target is filing for bankruptcy. And for random find out. Let's get into this video.
Boycotting won't do anything. Boycotting won't do anything. Target just filed for bankruptcy and has to close down almost every single last one of their stores in 2026. It's projected to. No one's saying that it happened already, but they already filed for bankruptcy. They've lost billions, like close to billions of dollars, which means that the company itself was already making risky moves and they were dependent upon us spending $300 to $400 every 2 weeks. You see what fucking happens when you run your motherfucking mouth and you make risky decisions like trying to bet on racism? It's expensive. And come to find out, looks like the people that were spending the money at Target aren't the only broke motherfuckers around here. Looks like you're broke too, booty. Looks like Target's broke too, you broke bitch. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't appreciate your core audience. I'm not sure what surveys y'all were taking. And I'm not sure what demographical levels was uploaded to your dashboards, but y'all didn't really read the motherfucking room. And then decided to do that when you thought that you were rolling high. Then to try and save their ass, they decided to put their shit and connect it with the TikTok shop to run their ads in our faces. You've already shit the bed on this one, babe. Carry your ass up to Donald Trump's his Mar-a-Lago resort and go cry on Daddy's shoulder. Go cry on Daddy Donnie's shoulder. Call Donnie. Tell him to send you that money back. You need it. You didn't realize that it would end like this. And tell him, ask him if you could borrow that money back. You see what fucking happens when you play? Damn, Target used to be my jam. An icy and a popcorn. I know the icy machine. And that Target popcorn machine. Hate to see a bitch like me coming, but not no more though. Not no more. Hate to have to see you go. Oh well. Oh fucking well. And let this be a lesson to any other company. I need you to understand that the only reason why the civil rights movement worked as well as it did is because our ancestors stood on fucking business. They were already broke. They didn't give fuck. You already made us walk. You already made us, you know what I'm saying? Life was already inconvenient for us. We just turned around and decided, you know what? I actually don't have to ride your bus. And I actually don't have to pay you for this. I can do this myself. I can actually mind my black ass business and refuse to just give you my money. Well, if you don't do this, then you won't have a job. I actually have been rubbing two nickels together for over a decade. So it's been working thus far. Let's see how you like it, though. That's why the civil rights movement made it as far as it did. Because our ancestors stood on fucking business and said, I was broke yesterday. I'm going to be broke again today. What do you want me to do? But you know what I won't do? I won't be giving you my money. Won't be doing any of that. Won't be doing any of that. The majority of those businesses started going bankrupt. They started going broke. They had no other choice. They had no other choice. We know that today because the first opportunity they got and looking at staring racism down in the barrel and allowing them to be who they truly have always wanted to be, who they have always thought that they were destined to be, or that they had the privilege, the things that they were told that they were privileged to have, such as being racism and thinking that being racist and thinking that they were better than everybody else. The first chance they got, I feel like they were protected in doing that, they did it. And then when they realized that they actually aren't protected in that, they rebranded it and called it Black Fatigue. How's that working out for them? The majority of those people are on snaps. Or they're on SNAP, food stamps, Medicaid. They're on all that shit. You want to know what Donald Trump just took some money from? When I tell you we don't even have to do the work, because y'all do it for us.
It should be noted that when conservatives said that they were going to boycott Target because they had Black Voices sections and they had Pride sections, it had almost no impact on Target's bottom line. The only impact it had on Target is that Target was having to ramp up security because of crazy white folks walking into the stores and acting a fool. They had to arrest people for disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, harassment, and vandalism. But it didn't have an impact on Target's bottom line. And for some reason, Target said, that's worth losing $500 million for. I didn't just pull that number out of anywhere. Target missed analyst sales expectations by nearly $500 million in response to the collective action of Black people and those who support us in not supporting Target. Because pandering to racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic white folks and those who support them doesn't actually improve your business. It detracts from it. And the number one group of people I want to learn from this is the Democratic Party, because there are a lot of folks suggesting that they should abandon all the woke stuff in favor of trying to build coalitions with folks who won't vote with them anyway. And I will once again say that all that will happen is that you will alienate the people who have supported you, and it will tear the whole thing down. Because Target is just a microcosm of what has happened in America in the last 5 years, going from extreme support of groups of people who have been marginalized and are finding their voices and being able to step forward and say, we are more than our oppression, to then turning around and being the very oppressive forces. From 2020 to 2025, we saw so many amazing programs come into play, and now the Trump administration ripping all of them away. But culture is everything. And remember who drives the culture. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Filing for bankruptcy, this seems like a perfect opportunity, if any, to go steal. This is the perfect opportunity to go loot Target. Let's speed up that bankruptcy process. Imagine, they're already losing out because no one's buying, right? If we came there and just started robbing them motherfuckers, bitch, Target wouldn't have Target wouldn't have a bullseye to stand on, to land on. I love that I could start my comedian career at any time. Like, I've always wanted to be a comedian ever since I was a little child. Like, that was the first, when you ask kids what they want to be, I said I wanted to be a comedian. And I still hold on to that. Like, that's the little part of me that I hold on to, that I'm like, I'm going to eventually do that shit one day. One day. Not now, but maybe when I'm like 45. I have enough life experience. You know what I mean? Target.
To the girl who corrected the misinformation she put out about Target filing for bankruptcy, big ups to you for doing the right thing, because there are a lot of creators out here who are just sticking to the lie. This is why y'all need to get some financial markets literacy and make sure that your children have it, because we are moving into the greatest wealth transfer in history, and y'all are putting it at risk every day by being completely clueless on how financial markets work. Target is a publicly traded company. There is no way that Target could file for bankruptcy secretly. All these secret conspiracy type theories y'all create around financial markets, it's sad. It's really, really sad when Google is free, ChatGPT is free, Bing is free, DuckDuckGo is free, Claude is free, Perplexity is free. There's too much information out there for y'all to just be running with something that has no source, that no one else is talking about except for this one weird person on social media. We've got to do better.
You're going to come on this app and report information as news and accurate and fact, make sure it's that. Make sure you actually looked it up outside of TikTok. Because there's a lot of posts going around saying that Target filed for bankruptcy. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They went from $24 billion to $23 billion. They're opening stores this year. So yes, the boycott is making them lose fucking money, but they are not going fucking bankrupt. TikTok will tell you that. Go to Google, you can't find it.
There's a lady on here, and I just want to say this for your awareness. It's important for us as people to understand what even built this quote-unquote country, because it's the people that represent this country. So it's important that we exercise our right and our, everything that we can. So if you want to boycott or not spend money because you simply can't afford to spend money at a certain place, I'm not mad at you. Now, because of this, there's a lady on here saying that Target is filing for bankruptcy. All you have to do is look up Target bankruptcy, and you will see no articles, nothing along those lines that would allude to a large corporation like that leading to bankruptcy. Even the whole idea of putting emphasis on that when you lead with the fact that they're filing for bankruptcy. They're not filing for bankruptcy. That's an active action. You cannot lead to file. That's not how it works. So when people are purposely spreading misinformation about a large corporation, I just want to give them and everybody else a further reminder and a warning. They will send a cease and desist letter to your door. One, please be wary of people just using misinformation as a way to fearmonger or to way to get your reaction, because in these times where we all are aware of how things are, there are people that are going to say the most absurd things just so they can garner your reaction. There are people that are going to pander to you so that they can massage your reaction so that you can talk and lead to engagement, because in these times, yes, all publicity is good publicity. So please be wary if there's any headline that's very, that sounds very debaucheling. I want you all to take the time to go and look it up yourself. Just look up that whatever corporation, whatever business, whoever's involved, then look up whatever they're alleged to be, whatever accusation it is. Because misinformation is on a high front in today's time. It's sad.
Guys, Target is going out of business and they are going to be filing for bankruptcy. I really think that's what's coming, because the Target CEO is meeting with Al Sharpton to discuss why they rolled back DEI efforts, because they are in such a hole, because their sales have been massively down. Their foot traffic has been massively down. Their customer base, who they clearly wildly underestimated, really does care about DEI, cares about the brands that do care about DEI that are now stuck in contracts with Target. This man has done nothing to actually apologize or make anything better. He is the ultimate toxic boss. He's done nothing but make up excuses. Even when they're losing money, they still decide to do the wrong thing. I want you to share and like this video. Share this video with people who still shop at Target, who love Target, because the shopping has to stop. Easter weekend is coming up. Do not shop there. Whatever string of nice words that this man comes up with after meeting with Al Sharpton, it is just another marketing scheme. Nothing is going to actually change. Whatever he says, it's just going to be about getting our money back. And this is the way we have actually started to create change, is with our dollars. And guys, can we please not forget about Walmart and Amazon? I still see plenty of people doing Walmart and Amazon hauls and all this stuff. We need to be just as hard on Walmart and Amazon. We don't need to be fleeing to them and giving them the money that we're not giving to Target. We need to be hard on Target and Walmart and Amazon.
I came on here earlier and I said Target is filing for bankrupt. I quickly had to take that video down, because no, they're not. No, they're not. It's not even in the talks. They're losing money, but they're not going bankrupt. So this rumor that's going around is a lie. Sure is. And I took that video right on down, because that's not what we doing. I'm not reporting fake news for nobody. Okay, so we still boycotting Target, but baby, They losing money, but baby, they're not filing for bankrupt. So on to the next news, the real news. You know, I've seen some people saying it, and I jumped on the bandwagon and quickly did my own research and realized it was a lie. Okay, goodbye.
Shout out to the Target CEO. Did you know black people spend $12 million a day at Target? Well, they used to. You see, Target got rid of DEI, so people just decided to not shop there anymore. Well, apparently the Target CEO didn't know because he had to take a 50% pay cut. This is because their first quarter sales have dropped since the Target boycott. Black people spend about $900 billion a year in America. So Target, if you want to get rid of DEI initiatives and take our products off the shelves, that's fine. We'll spend our money somewhere else. The Rainbow spend $1.4 trillion a year. If we need to be out, let us know. Furthermore, DEI benefited white women the most. Latinos spend about $3.6 trillion a year. So when we take a look at DEI, which was protecting people from discrimination from one group of people, we see you only want to serve one group of people. So just doing 3 groups, black people, rainbows, and Latinos, that's over $5 trillion. You want acceptance from one group of people so bad you're willing to throw away $5 trillion? Well, that tells us what type of business practices are going on over there. Every time this one certain group of people get upset with you, completely remove pride sections. You completely remove black sections. We see who you serve and we see what you stand for. But like you said, you don't want our money. No problem. We'll give it to your competitors because what we're not going to do is hurt communities that have done nothing but help you prosper. But hey, Target, maybe it's time for a new CEO and maybe we don't let this happen again. But until then, y'all know what to do.
Why this bitch just got on here and said Target was filing for bankruptcy? Whole time she's lying. So Target had what? I think it was 24 billion, and now they're down 23 billion. They lost $1 billion. Woo! But it's still working. I'm glad that y'all are boycotting and doing the protests and, you know, not buying with them because they done lost their goddamn mind. Did you know that black people were spending $12 million a day? Are you hearing me? $12 million within 24 hours with this company, and they have the nerve to say, oh no, we don't support DEI. We're not doing that. Really? Did you know that they employ black people, but I never hear about any raises? And you always have to know somebody to get into a Target. I've applied probably 6 times, and each time I've gotten an email saying, oh, I'm sorry, we couldn't accept you.
Y'all, they said Target is filing for bankruptcy. Ooh. I guess that black hand in those new videos did nothing for y'all. You know what's so sad about this, to be honest? It's the fact that on this assignment that I'm at work, there is a huge Target. There's Target Field, Target Center, and I can't even go. I mean, I can. I have the willpower, but will I be spending my money? Not that willpower. I will not. I would drop a tear, but no. Fuck y'all.
One quick search will tell you that Target is not filing bankruptcy. It took 2 seconds. I cannot believe how many videos I see on here saying that. And in the day, I would have probably been like, oh my God, everybody's saying Target is shutting down and they're filing bankruptcy and they're doing this, and I would have done a video. But I have learned to make sure I research before I open my mouth. So let's start with the rumor about the bankruptcy. No, they have lost revenue due to boycotts, due to uncertainty about what's going on in the United States right now, and due to theft. The very few stores that were closed due to theft. Everybody said no because we read that they're closing 2,000 stores down. Yes, they did for Easter Sunday. So the boycotting is working a very little because they are not financially unstable. If you go search it, look at numbers and everything, you will see that going by everything else except the rumor mill, they are financially stable as of right now. However, they are worried about the uncertainty because of everything going on in the United States. So there's the real story.
Hell no.
Y'all, Target just filed for bankruptcy. Boycott is doing it. You see what you do when you stop for support, motherfucker? The world ain't shit without us. They ain't. Target just filed for bankruptcy. This is all I got from this video, and a very big shout out to my community because they actually started this boycott, especially Target, when immediately the DEI was rolled over. And you all remember that a lot of people were like, all this boycott was never ever going to work. A lot of people said that. But I know my people were like, all right, let's see how it goes. Before we know what's going on, they started calling me in and they started they started calling for meeting. They called El Sharpin. I can't pronounce his name very correctly, but I'm sure you know who I am talking about. El Sharpin or something like that. Yeah, Elder El. So after several meetings, and they were like begging black people to come back, come and shop with us. Black people already gone, and this is not just a boycott. It was more like a movement because black people had their reason for boycotting. Then I remember people saying that all this kind of boycott, it's not going to work. Why did they say that? They were like, if we really want to make, other people were like, if we want to make this boycott effective, maybe for 2 months, we'll pick like Nike, for example, like Nike, and boycott Nike for that 2 months, and then pick another brand, boycott them for like 2 months, pick another one, boycott them for like several months so that it to be effective. Black people did not listen. They continued with their own boycott. And today you all can see where we are. I am really so happy. Like, they cannot be, sincerely speaking, this is what they call FAFO, right? They cannot be filing for bankruptcy. And if you look around, you will not see this article anywhere. It is not anywhere. You won't see this trending. It's only on TikTok, and quite a few people are seeing it and talking about it. But check around, Google it. You are not seeing it. That is to tell you how corny all these people are. They knew. I don't know how I feel. I really feel good. Why? Because my people are so quick at, they know how to do things. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because you all swung into action immediately. When I said immediately that a DEI was rolled over, and you said, no, not on my watch are we going to sit down and watch you people do this, right? And now you all can see the results of your efforts, right? You all did a great job, and it's paying off. I appreciate you people. And it is because of you. I don't know if other people, because I am sure these people are not boycotting anything. It was just you people started it. I think eventually other people joined, but they are not as serious as black people. Yes. Black people are the people that I can tell you that if it is Target, they are doing it wholeheartedly. Yeah. So I am telling you that, yeah, it's working. And I am going to draw the curtain here. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.